What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live duel. Today on the left side here, we have Dragonlink going up on the right against Volcanic Horus, a deck that has been recently getting a lot more coverage that I've noticed. The Horus cards, coming out of Age of Overlord are very powerful, being able to swarm the field, as well as, the fire cards being just crazier and crazier with new sets dropping. Like, we're going to see Bonfire coming out soon, which is going to be aiding this deck a lot, as well as the other cards that support the fire type strategy, like alongside fire recovery. But on the right or on the left side, Dragonlink, still being a powerhouse that it is, choosing to go first here with a normal summon of, I believe it's a black metal dragon in the hand. We are going to be seeing the normal summon of the black metal dragon going into the striker dragon, which they did not get hit on the list. A lot of people wanted them to get hit, maybe with like slapping Lubellion down maybe to one. Cutting that consistency significantly there. We saw it in the last list with Chaos Space as well as Magnemite going to one. Hurt the deck a lot. We're going to be seeing the black line going with like Striker Dragon, searching for Boot, and going for that black metal, then going for Romulus. We're also going to be able to search here for a copy of the Ravine here. It looks like we're not playing a copy of the Meteor, being able to dump, which is showing us that the copy of Gamma is not in the deck. And then we're going to be seeing Sword Negative dumping, as well as dumping the Lubellion there with the secondary effect once it hits the graveyard. We'll then see a Magnemite being summoned by banishing the black, and then we're going to be seeing the effect of Magnemite activate. Then we're going to be placing the Lubellion onto the field by tributing off that Magnemite. We're going to see the Lubellion attempt to activate its effects, but get hit with an Imperm there. Choosing to hit that, stopping the regain access from the deck, which is an amazing card. If you guys don't know what Regain does, definitely make sure you guys read this card. This card is just absolutely insane with this Bestial Engine. That's kind of changed around. It's no longer just going to be just Dragonlink playing that. It's going to be a bunch of other decks as well, just playing that Bestial Engine because Regain is so strong. We're going to see them go into a Seals, and then we're going to be seeing them add a Druisworm from the deck to their hands during the end phase of this turn, and just pass on this. So now Volcanics have to essentially deal with a copy of Seals here, which is going to be quite problematic, I suppose. We're seeing the Imsetian activate, dumping the trap right away. This will let us get a draw, as well as the King Sarcophagus from the deck to the hand. We see them dump the trap for the Volcanic cards, kind of revealing what they are playing here. They're going to see a King Sarcophagus being activated, and then we can then summon out the Imsteady right away, which can threaten out the copy of Seals. Then we're going to see them activate the trap. It's also important that we summon out the Imsteady because it is the only dark target in our deck. And then we're going to be dumping the Shell here, and then Shell is going to activate its effects, paying 500, searching for another copy of itself. And then we're going to be seeing the effect of the King Sark discarding the Shell. And that's going to let us send to the graveyard a copy of either Blessing or the Guidance. Happy. So doing the Blessing there, which is a water, which then we can summon itself out. We're also going to be seeing them going to be searching for the Shell. Then we're going to activate the effect of King Sark, once again discarding the Shell, dumping the copy of Guidance, which is a house called Happy. The easiest one to say, I suppose. And then we can summon that out as well. Placing it in the field zone, that's definitely not going to be it. It's like, this is important. We're reading the Horus cards, but it is important. Like, if we do bounce with Seals, Happy, they all will activate. So it depends what you kind of really want to do here. And then we're going to be seeing the Emperor going to be summoning itself by banishing 3 of the Shells, which can be make them burn for 500 each. So you can then make them take 15. They're also going to be setting the Volcanic Trap, which burns. And this is quite good for them, because they're essentially going to be able to beat a bunch of life points, and then if they don't get rid of that Emperor, we'll see them take essentially life points for game here during the follow-up turn. So we're seeing them to go to battle phase. They're going to be activating the effect of Seals, most likely summoning out a potential body. We also saw Noctivision in the deck there, if you guys were taking a quick look. I miss the days when we were playing tidying. Back when the games were a little bit slower. Dragon Maids and tidying, like Chamber Dragon Maid was played, and then with tidying, they were going to see them go for the safer. And in the follow-up turn, they will be able to get some better cards to the hand. Adding that Lubellion search for any of the monsters is going to be nice. We're seeing them Happy's going to attack over the Seyfert there. Then we're going to see Emperor going to be declaring his attack. We're going to be chaining the Druid Worm here. And then we can activate the effect, making them pay 500 life points once again because they are summoning a monster, which is now going to be 25 that they've taken so far. Just off of burn damage, which is pretty nice. They're going to attack into the Druid Worm here. And well, really clear into the Druid Worm, and they're going to be sending the copy of either forced to send either Imsteady or Daimamut here. So they're sending the Imsteady there, or sending the Daimamut, which is the 36 body on the field. So we're going to be able to take that 3,000. They're forced to either send it or die, essentially, here. But they're going to be losing regardless, because then they're in standby phase or the draw phase. They're going to fill up that trap and then take enough damage. But if they decided to send the Volcanic, they were dead there regardless. 36 plus 3,000 is going to be 63. Or 66 plus then the 35 or 25 they've taken so far. So we are pretty low on life points. Taking 55 so far. Then we're going to go into a copy of Zombie Vampire here. Maybe hoping they hit a copy of Scattershot. They do hit Scattershot, and that's crazy. We do see Noctovision, Absolrouter, Tracer, and Sorneer are going to be sent here. They will get the effect of the Absolrouter if they don't take it. We're going to summon out the Rimfire here, and then we're going to see the Scatter Shots as well as Absolute are going to be able to activate the effects. Take them down to 2,000 life points now. And I go to search for the Rocket Tracer here. They're going to be dumping off or linking off the Rim to go for the copy of Link Kribo here. And we could see an SP potentially being made. We're going to see them activate the effect, which is going to be sending. Looks like a copy of Scattershot once again here. Bringing them down to 15 now. Which I think is going to be just game when they're able to... Oh, we see the Gold Sark going to be sending once again here for the third time. Sending the Imsteady, taking them down to 1,000 life points here. And then they're going to go right into a copy of SP or IP here. Okay. Then pass turn. Then we're going to go right into the trap, burning for game. And moving on to game 2. It feels so satisfying, taking these games with a burn damage. You're also doing like we saw there with damage with the Horus cards. But that's what I mean. I know next set I think we get another Horus monster. I hope we do. We have the 4. The 4th one's not really good, unfortunately. But maybe we don't get 4 because King Sark does mention only 4 times. But I guess you could have a 5th and it not really matter. But we will see them going to game 2 here, going against Dragon Link once again. They definitely don't want them to go first, because if they set up another burn combo like that, it's just well, that's just kind of unfortunate. We have seen 60 card builds as well do pretty good. Recent YCSs as well, doing I think one got into the top 64. which is quite a feat here. You know, I never thought I'd see Volcanics in 2023, let alone going into 2024. I'm recording this for 2023, but you know, we will be going into the 2024 season here in a few days, or if this is even going up after 2024, I believe, or in 2024, I should say. You know, probably the Wednesday, which is the 3rd. But like the upcoming YCS is just, these decks just keep getting stronger and stronger. Like this is post ban list, of course, and the Volcanic decks just did not get any hits. If anything, they got stronger with other decks, like Unchained not being the greatest matchup for them, as well as like Rescue Ace going to be weakened. But we're going to be seeing Dragon Link going to be starting off with a Lubellion in the main phase, you know, going first once again, going for that copy of Magnemite here. They had Magnemite in the hand the first game, but you know, unfortunately not being able to open up every game is very rough. We do see Ash Blossom as well. And a Veiler to maybe stop the effects of the Volcanic Emperor here. Normal summon of a Seifert, which can then activate its effects. Going for the copy of White or Black Dragon. We do also see Droplets in the hand. Or in the deck, I should say. I'm looking at the deck thinking that's the hand, and I'm like, holy. Then we're going to see Magnemite going to be banishing the Seifert. Then we're going to be activating the effects, tagging out for the copy of Lubellion. Lubellion is going to be able to place down the copy of Regained. Now, this will be preventing us from getting hit by those bodies of the Horus cards. But we do have to banish, unfortunately, the Magnemite with the Striker Dragon. Then we're not activating the effect here, which is quite bizarre. And then we get to search for the white or the black as well as the Boot Sector launch. I feel like that might have been a bit of a misplay, or they want to get for that additional search off of the black with the white. Then we're going to banish to summon here. Putting back, so we wanted to get that additional search. We drew into another Ash Blossom, which is very unfortunate. You know, already having that Ash in the hand. But I believe this is still full combo with a copy, like with the seals as well as Borland in the main monster zone. You're gonna see Pisty being made here, which get to search for the white, and then we can go for the effect of that discarding the Ash Blossom, kind of indicating that they have another Ash in the hand. I wonder if maybe putting back that Magnemite to the bottom of the deck was going to be quite impactful. We're dumping the copy of Absolutor, searching for a Caliper here. When we do have a Link on the field, so we can summon a Dark Link, I should mention. And then we can go for the copy of the Triple Burst. And this is like the importance of playing the Caliper is that, you know, if you have a Recharger in the hand, it's not going to do anything. If you have a Tracer in the hand, it's not going to do anything without placing the boot onto the field. So we're going to be seeing the Pisty summoning back out the Magnemite, and then we can place the Boot Sector, which can then summon out the copy of Tracer. And then we're going to be synchroing off into a copy of Despotter here. Despotter can bring back out the copy of the Seifert. Then we're going to be linking away for a copy of Borland, and then we can summon back out the Tracer with the copy of Borland, negating that Pisty, and then we can activate the Seifert effect, adding back the copy of the Lubellion for the follow-up turn. And we can link the Tracer as well as the... we have two options here. We can go for a Seal's Bounce, or we can just go for the Tracer effect pop, and then we can summon out the... we can summon out a copy of Savage for negates, but choosing to go for the Seal line instead, then we're going to be also adding the Druisworm to the hand off that Magnemite effect. So we know, in total, we have a Seals, which can summon out the copy of of Baldrake if we need to. We have a negate with the Borland. We have a bring back with a regain, which can be a copy of the Spotter or the copy of Magma, depending on what we need. Both of them serving their purpose. We also have the Jerusalem in the hand, and then Lubellion and Ash as well. Lubellion being follow-up, but we're going to see them normal summon out Shell, and then we're going to be summoning out the Spader here. So choosing to go for that kind of, negate-ish type thing. Destruction negate-ish. I'm not quite sure how they're going to be able to link away for a copy of Link Rebo, activating the effect of Shell, paying 5 and searching. And then we're going to be seeing the Volcanic Blaze Accelerator dumping the copy of the Blaze Accelerator here. Then we're going to see Druisworm on the Magnemut, which is going to let them get an additional draw by putting back the Magnemut as well. Maybe drawing into another Lubellion, it looks like. Then we're going to activate the effect of the Accelerator here. Just trying to destroy the copy of Seals, I believe. Or what? I'm not too sure what their target was there. Oh, it's the Spotter. Okay. Sending the Rimfire to the graveyard here, destroying the Spader. I suppose there's no point. They could have bounced it back to the hand, but at that point, they'd just be able to activate another one. So, maybe praying they don't have another one in deck, but chances are they will be playing another copy of it in deck. And of course, they destroy with the Rimfire, which can then activate the effect, or they're destroying it with the other card, but they can activate the effect of Rimfire here to be able to banish itself and then dump. This might get hit with Ash Blossom. This is what I mean. When you're playing up against a deck like this, it's like, what really do you ash? I feel like ashing Steady is so crazy. You definitely want to keep it for that. But at the same point, this is going to be like dumping an Emperor most likely. So it is a good spot to ash, which is quite fine. But I think there is a copy of Steady in the hand, which just feels so horrible dumping. Of course, the Trap as well, which has a graveyard effect. And then this is going to get... You have nothing really to stop this, so we get to dump. We get to search for the King Sarcophagus and then draw an additional card. I wonder if they're kicking themselves in the boots right now for not ashing this card here. Is really summoning a Emperor that horrible. We're going to see the King's Arc going to be activated there, which is going to be dumping the Shell. And then that's going to be dumping the copy of the Happy here. Happy will then summon himself out, and we're not summoning him Steady right away, which I think is interesting. We did see them use the Bestial in the hand for that Magma, putting it back, but apparently they just don't have another Bestial. If they would have summoned out Happy, they could have just chained a Bestial there, getting rid of the Steady, and that would have been cutting them off of a body right away. We're going to see them activate the Trap card in the graveyard here to be able to dump the copy of Emperor. So, there's multiple ways of dumping, so at that point, why is it even hard to do? We're going to be banishing those shells to deal some burn damage here. Summoning it, inflicting it. Then we're going to be seeing the effect of Borland to ending negating this, not letting them search for that trap. We can see them link 2 away for a copy of an SP. They were an attempt to banish the Seals with the copy of SP. Then we're going to be chaining the copy of Seals to bounce back the Tracer here. And then we're going to be summoning out the copy of Magnamut from the deck, which has already activated its effect. Or, no, it has not activated effects. So then we're going to be able to activate the effects here, which is pretty nice. You know, getting that little recursion there. And then SP is going to be tagging out the Druid Worm. You know, we can't attack directly here, but we're going to go for a Garua by using the Super Poly. And yeah, they're just going to scoop it up here, but they can't attack directly with SP. Yeah, maybe they forgot. I mean, that is important that they cannot attack directly with SP the turn, or they can't attack directly with any cards the turn that SP activates its first effect if it's used next deck monster, which is kind of unfortunate there. But we're going to be seeing Volcanic end up taking the match here. You know, important to remember that SP's effect. You know, a lot of players do forget that, especially at a local level. But make sure you guys remember that. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see some more content like this. And remember to stay safe. Peace.